Mm. Caption test. And audio check. Perfect. Evening, Maggie. Yeah. There are pre-roll ads again because I stopped doing the timed ads. Everybody hates the timed ads. Everybody hates the pre-roll ads too. But you gotta pick one or the other when you got affiliate. It's unfortunate, but it's the way things are. I want to make sure that I wait until Amaga's here before I start too much today. I want to do the memorial first, but I want to do that while she's here. Yeah. I'd rather have the ads off, especially when I'm doing a memorial on a stream, but Twitch says no. Twitch needs to smoke a bowl. Good, good. That's fine. I'm glad the captions are loud and clear. I appreciate you staying off of it while I have to, Madge. I really do. I'm just gonna wait a little while for Amalga to come in. Mhm. Mhm. I'm glad that school is distracting you a little. You have some good news. You thought you'd gotten the answer wrong on a problem in class today, but it turned out the professor made a calculation error. So knowing you'd gotten the right answer when the professor didn't was a bit of a confidence boost. Yeah, I can see that. I have a special command set up with KibbenBot today. If you do exclamation mark Tesla, there's a small memorial message. We are. As soon as Amalga gets here, because I don't want her to miss it. Mhm. 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 I just wanted to let anybody else who may be lurking know that there is a command, so, you know, we're all on the same page. Mhm. Hello, I see another viewer has come in. I'm just waiting for Amalga to arrive. I don't want to do the memorial until she can be here if she wants to see it. Mhm. Hello, hello. I see people trickling in. We'll be starting soon. Mhm. Do I happen to know how old Tessa was? She wasn't very old. I don't know exactly how old she was. I'm wanting to say she was a couple of years younger than Sigma and Phi are. I will ask Amalga if she's feeling up to it to say a few words when she gets in. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and Tesla was younger than Sigma and Phi. Yeah. Because they're gonna be 10 years old this summer. So it's all right. You take all the time you need, Amalka. You take all the time you need today. Mm-hmm. So, yes. If you'd like to say a few words, Amalga, in the chat, you can. I want to show you the command I set up in Kibbenbot for Tesla. Yeah, I understand. It's hard to lose a friend. I've made a little memorial uh, command with Kibbenbot for her. And I do remember that Tesla would get angry if she ever had a collar or a leash or a harness that wasn't red. So I chose a red candle and then I let Amalga pick the scent. And Amalga picked apple cider donuts as the scent because Tesla was always obsessed with trying to get human food. And I wish that I could have met her in person. But as I've discussed before on stream, I do not believe that a soul ever really goes away. Mm-hmm. Tessa was a good dog who had always been there for you, especially when you were going through panic attacks and blacking out from them. Yeah. She was more than just a dog to you. And she was family. She was one of your best friends, and even though I only knew her through photos and videos, I miss her too. I wish I could have known her in person. So we're going to light a candle for her today. And we're going to keep this candle burning during streams. She could tell who was good and who was bad. She was more human than dog because she was expressive. Mm-hmm. She never left your side. And Maggie says they wish they could have met Tesla. After hearing the story about how she got her name, they figured she was a formidable dog. Indeed. Indeed she was. And Amalga, if you feel comfortable, you can tell that story too. I'm going to keep the candle burning every stream until the jar is empty. Just a moment of silence for the fallen. For the friends who should have been here with us tonight. This candle will stay here for the entire stream. When Tesla was younger, she and Rebel were out of hand when it came to people coming in the house, so we had to put her and Rebel into another room. During one of these times, Tesla decided she was going to chew through the wall. While I was speaking with someone, I began to notice the TV flickering and the noise of scratching. I opened the door to the room where they were in, and I saw Tesla eating the wires. Mm-hmm. 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 She just looked at you like, what? Mm-hmm. Like she didn't just eat freaking electricity. Mm-hmm. I wish I could have met her in person. I know we would have gotten along really well. All right. So today's model is the small Mars rover from U-Gears. U-Gears is a Ukrainian company, and this model kit actually moves. The wheels work. It will be a functional toy Mars rover when it's built. Amalga, I don't expect you to mod tonight. You stay as long as you are comfortable and happy to stay. She always lay beside you when you slept, even in the summer. Mm-hmm. You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait longer. Take all the time you need and say what you need to say. You're so used to her being there in bed with you that you even make a spot for her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We all miss Testa. She was very spirited. You could tell even through photos that she was such a unique little personality. Not even a little personality. She was all personality. Loss never gets easier. Even though death is a part of life, it never gets easier. But I want you to know that this community is here for you. We're a family here. And when one of us is hurting, we're all hurting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So this model kit is by U-Gears, which is a Ukrainian company. But it does come with English instructions. There are some spare duplicates of parts just in case any of them break. We've got 3 little wooden sheets. It should be a fairly quick model to put together. This little piece here is the helper tool in case anything gets stuck. So, beginning on sheet number 1. Have this piece and pieces. I need 3 of piece number 2. This is one of the instances where the helper tool would be handy. And pieces numbered 2 will go into these corner slots. This model was purchased from my Throne Gifts wish list by Maggie during the birthday stream back on December 23rd. Just trying to find a place where I can have the candle in frame and the model at the same time. You thought I'd like a present that was out of this world? I certainly do like it. In there. There we go. Bit of a tight squeeze. I'm gonna wax the next ones. All right. Much easier properly waxed. Okay. And piece number 3. Come on. Come out for me. Let's put plates for that. Piece number 4. It's this piece. And piece number 5 is this piece. 4 goes like this. Better wax that so it doesn't break. Take as many breaks as you need tonight, Amalga. I entirely understand. Oh no. That one broke. It's alright. That happens. I'll just take a little glue and fix it. Gotta send me a Skype message. Okay. Now let's see if I can slide that back into place where it belongs. Perfect. Almost like it never even snapped. All right. Piece number 5 now. Maps down like that. And I need another piece too. Of all the days you need a break, your family can't even give it to you today. I'm getting you out of there. They may have been where the place where you were birthed, but they don't treat you like family. Why should they? I don't know, because it's the right thing to do. Of course, those people wouldn't know the right thing to do if it danced naked in front of them and smacked them in the faces with their dick. So, all right. And piece number 6 goes like this. All right, it's looking good. Looks about like the picture in the instruction book so far. Now, set that aside, and pieces 7 and 8. Right, that's the way it goes. a little wobbly right now. It's all right. I wobble a little sometimes too. Make sure that it's nice and seated in there properly. Yeah, that's a bit sturdier. All right. And piece number 9. Oh no, you didn't get a notification? I'm so sorry. Maggie says, I've never met your family in Malga, but from the stories I've heard, Tessa sounds like she was more family to you than the human members. That is extremely true. Rose Thrills, you missed the beginning of stream because Twitch decided to be a bitch. Amalga's dog and best canine friend passed away unexpectedly last night. So we've got a candle running and a chatbot command in memory of her. We had a little bit of a memorial right at the beginning. And now I'm working on building a wooden Mars rover by U-Gear's Mechanical Models, which was purchased for me by Maggie back during my birthday stream on December 23rd. It's cute so far. It's smaller than I expected, but it's cute. All right. And piece number 11. I just need one for now. Come here, you. I'm glad to hear that your endo isn't doing too bad this month, Rose Thrills. I know that you were a bit worried the other day. And piece number 10. That's this one. Just wiggle it out. And that goes in that square. And that goes like that. All right. Now, 2 of piece 12. And piece number 13. One of piece number 13. Let's see. Looks like that goes like that. All right, that slid in fairly easy. Give it a firm little squeeze there. I'm glad they were able to reschedule your appointment to a better time. I agree. Even if it's not as bad for the next couple of months, it would probably be a good idea to save up for the surgery anyway. It will save you a lot of pain in the future, and I think that modern surgeries for endo can even preserve your fertility if that's something that you're interested in at a later time as well, if I remember correctly. And now I need piece number 14. One more of 13. I also need one more of piece 2. And one more of piece 11. All right. Piece 2. You do have a little bank account for the surgery. You've been putting bits and pieces of money in and may start taking more babysitting jobs so you can put more money into there. That sounds like a good idea. You sent me a video on Skype with an interesting title. Let me... Robed wizard taunts police struggling in mud. Alright, give me a second. This looks like it would be interesting to play real quick. Mhm. All right. Let's take a look at this. Police officers scrambled to find their footing in a patch of deep mud during a protest against coal mining operations in Germany. Interesting. At one point, the person patted an officer on the arm. At another, the person pushed an officer over. Oh my. The person attempted to push a second officer over but ran away as police released a spray. Interesting. Definitely interesting. All right. Bring this back up now. That was funny. Wow, you're in a biting mood today, Maggie. I don't disapprove. And like this. This is just some paraffin wax. They could have at least got out of their uniforms before they wrestled in the mud. I don't know. Do you really want to see police officers in their underwear? Or worse, a bikini? A banana hammock. No, I didn't need that visual. I did not need I did not need that visual. Okay, and this is the one and only time I'm going to bring this up on stream too. But you know that series of memes that's going around right now about the um police officer in Tennessee that got fired? I just want to know why we're all hearing about the woman and not the 7 men that were involved. Because they were cheating on their wives just as much as she was cheating on her husband. They were doing it on police property, on taxpayer funded time too. Why are we only hearing about the woman who was known to have mental health issues at the time? Why is it her fault when the men are just as guilty? That's all I have to say on that. It was inappropriate, it was gross, yes. But why are we only hearing about her? Because society expects men to play the field and punish women for expressing any sort of autonomy. Exactly. Oh, there's new information to you. Oh. Here's an article from NBC that talks about it, but all the media articles are gross too. All the media articles are gross too and are only talking about her and not talking at all about the men that were involved. Yes, the drinking and partying and fucking on the job was gross and shouldn't have happened, and it was a waste of of taxpayer money to be doing it there. But you know what? Why are we only hearing about her? Maggie makes a good point. Here in Canada, when the police chief locally slept with the lawyer who was working on behalf of the police union, he was forced to resign for corruption. I mean, they did fire the men too, but the media are making it sound like the woman was the only one involved. No, there were 7 men involved too. Don't fucking gloss over it, because they were also fired for good reason. Don't protect them now. Don't act like it was her fault when she was known to have mental health issues and should have already been on a leave of absence. Mm-hmm. You live in Tennessee? I didn't know that. This has been all over the internet for like a week now. And all I ever hear about is, oh, she's so gross, she's such a slut. Okay, what about the 7 slut-ass men that she slept with? Why are we only hearing about her involvement? It takes 2 to tango, sometimes more. We should be hearing about and disgusted by the men involved too. But it's all about her, and it's all about how she cheated on her husband. What about the 7 male officers and their wives? Why aren't we hearing anything from the wives of the men that were involved? We know that every officer involved was married. Why haven't we had big media interviews and USA Today articles about the wives? It's all she ruined their lives. They ruined their own lives by drinking and fucking on the job during work hours. And given that she was known to have mental health issues and an alcohol problem and should have been on leave of absence anyway, I'm willing to say it could have been coercion. I'm not saying it was, but it could have been. This story reminds you of an old prostitute from the 15th century in Venice named Veronica Franco. She was accused of witchcraft by the church, confessed to adultery instead and asked her clients to confess with her. One did, and she got off the witchcraft charges because the one who confessed was a Venetian senator and Rome didn't want to go to war with Venice. Fair enough. I mean, if you're gonna punish one person involved in adultery, you have to punish them all. Assuming they all knew, that is. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I had an ex-partner who cheated. And the reason that that happened was because my ex-partner convinced the person that they cheated with that they had my consent. And faked text logs and everything. Like, really went the extra mile. And so I don't blame the person that person cheated with. Because it wasn't anybody's fault in that case but the person who did the cheating. And frankly, I lean a bit towards the polyamorous side anyway. So it wasn't the fact that this person was having sex with other people that hurt. It was the it was the fact that this person lied to me and to the other people that they were having sex with. You remember the whole what you wear is what you get? Like, if you have revealing clothing and you get assaulted, you deserve it. No, nobody deserves any of it. Nobody deserves any of it. Besides, if it had anything to do with what you're wearing, then, people wouldn't get assaulted while they're in their pajamas. People wouldn't get assaulted while wearing jogging suits. People wouldn't get assaulted while wearing hijabs and burqas and other traditional clothing that are intended to hide the body. You can be wearing a suit and still get assaulted. No one deserves any of it. I was assaulted in my early 20s. I was wearing a knee-length skirt, stockings, and a sweater. But it was my fault for going on a date with somebody. Don't go on a date with somebody if you're not expecting sex. I made it clear all day before the date that I was not interested in sex on the first date with this person. There was no way I could have been clearer. But somebody decided they had more right to my body than I did. I have had a lot of therapy to deal with it, and I no longer have remaining trauma over it. But I will never forgive the police officers who treated me that way and told me those things when I tried to report it. And then it's my fault for not pushing the report and trying to press for the Crown Counsel to bring charges. Like, what was I supposed to do after that response from the police that are supposed to be there to serve and protect? And they wonder why I don't trust the police anymore. When you were violated, you were wearing a church outfit. It makes you so angry hearing you deserve it. Exactly. I wasn't wearing anything inappropriate when I was assaulted, and you know, I've known people wearing literal school uniforms because they were students at religious private schools when they were assaulted. If you can be assaulted wearing a below-the-knee kilt and a school jacket, you can be assaulted wearing anything. In your case, it was pajamas and you were asleep. And it was somebody who should have been protecting you too. And this also proves that assault and violation of that kind is gender blind. That's why those aren't quite fitting, I think. Upside down. No, it's not upside down. It goes like this. I have to turn it upside down for this next part. And it goes there. Bodily violation of this kind, it is a crime of power. It's not about sex, it's not about passion, it's about power and opportunity. Mm-hmm. 6th grade, knee-length shorts. Guy wouldn't stop rubbing your leg in class. Told the teacher and they didn't do a thing. When he did it again, you just sharpened your pencil. And let me guess, you were the one that got in trouble for giving the other person what they deserved. Crown Council does nothing and teachers do nothing. Why are you not surprised that authority figures don't give two shits about victims? Most authority figures are violators in and of themselves. The skirt you were wearing was ankle-length, long-sleeve shirt, and the person who assaulted you was a church member, soon to be priest. That unfortunately does not surprise me, having grown up in the Catholic Church. When I was in 2nd grade and I was taken to make my first confession, I walked into the confessional and the priest was taking his clothes off. I ran away. I'm very lucky that I ran away. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew it was wrong, and I knew that this wasn't what confession was supposed to look like. Looking back on it now, I don't want to think what could have happened if I hadn't recognized that something was wrong. No, Amalga, this was not the priest that came in when we were in later elementary or middle school. This was one before him. The guy had surgery on his leg, but you use the term surgery lightly. They had to dig the tip of the pencil out. You weren't a big fan of Penn and Teller BS, but one of the few good things they did was show a document that Pope Benedict the 18th actually signed off on shifting abusive priests to new parishes rather than turning them over to the authorities before he became Pope. You're glad he's out of the papal office now. I am too. Didn't he recently die? Kind of figured that's who I was talking about. Yeah. He died in 21. Yep. My mother is not going to understand, but I think that the best decision that I have ever made is choosing to leave the church and refuse to have my children baptized. It's the safest thing you can do for a baby is to not expose them to those sorts of people. You're in agreement. You were baptized at 7, and that's not much better. They should have given you until 18 to make the choice. I do not believe in infant baptism at all. I think that a child should at least be in their teens before they are allowed, let alone expected, to make that sort of decision. The Anglican Church claimed that at 7 means the child is getting baptized of their own free will. No. At 7, you do not yet have that understanding. You're still very, very much under your parents' thumb at the age of 7. I was 16 before I could even start accepting the fact that I might not have been straight. I was in my 20s before I started accepting that I might not be entirely feminine. And it was a couple of years after that even before I learned what gender fluid meant and that you can be different things at different times. I was 30 before I learned that I could use both she pronouns and they pronouns, and that was entirely legitimate and okay. I'm 34 now, and I'm still learning about myself. I want to do better for my children. My mom didn't know any better at the time. Sometimes she still doesn't. It's not her fault. All right. I need 4 of piece 22. Organized religion's a hell of a drug. Indeed it is. It's old teachings. It sticks to a lot of people like glue, and it's hard to get rid of. It is. Especially when those teachings start literally in the cradle. Oh, that's cute. Opens up the little doors. You're in the same boat. Your family, mostly on your dad's side, has generational trauma. It's been going on for 5 generations, and you want to be the person who ends the cycle of trauma. That's kind of how I see myself. The cycle of trauma ends with me. Just because I suffered doesn't mean my children have to. In fact, the fact that I suffered should give me more incentive to prevent my children from suffering in the same way. This is coming together really quickly. I might have to do a baby shopping haul and unboxing after. This is almost done. You remember you once attended a debate between an atheist and a Christian priest at the university. Given the technology you're developing rapidly, you asked them both what moral code we owe to life or universes when we create, if and when we become gods. The atheist didn't give two shits, and the priest said we should just worship God and wait for the Holy Spirit to guide us. In other words, you got non-answers from both religions involved. That's unsurprising. Disappointing, but unsurprising. Okay, I need 223 and 124. When you have kids, they won't go through the same hell you went through and what other generations went through. I'm so glad to meet other like-minded people through this stream. It gives me a lot of hope to see other people making the same decisions. And, you know, it really solidifies for me that I am doing the right thing. Knowing that I'm not alone, as much as it hurts to know that other people suffered, it also helps me know that I'm making the right decision by refusing to allow my children to suffer. I have so many family members that just can't or won't understand the pain and trauma. Sometimes you've just got to go with what your heart tells you, and your heart says, end the cycle and be the change. Same. I also intend, and this is very important to me, I intend to begin teaching my children the value of consent and bodily autonomy for all people and for all life, even from the time that they're able to communicate. That is the teaching that I want to give my children from the cradle. Your body is yours. It is no one else's unless you choose to share it. And you can revoke that consent at any time. And you have the right to do whatever you need to protect that bodily autonomy. And if somebody violates it, you come tell mama. And mama will kick their ass. Because we all know the justice system won't. What gets you is that people say science will never make religion go away, but you've been reading a ton of sources lately which suggest you could create universes, real or simulation-based. Why are we clinging to old beliefs when we can build these universes and look for the same markers in our universe to figure out if this universe has creators of its own? Some people will never accept the possibility that they might be wrong. That is why nobody will ever test simulation hypothesis. And that is why even if somebody does test simulation hypothesis, people may or may not listen to the result. You're the same way. If someone touches you without your consent, come tell me, I'll beat their ass. Exactly, exactly. The justice system won't protect you, but mama will. Piece number 25. And 4 of 26. You're going to send a message on Skype to see if it would be allowed on stream. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I saw that video. Yes, you may say that on stream if you wish, and I will read it. I know the video you're talking about. It was very informative. You love how the Mars rover is coming along? I'm loving it too. It's coming along well. I need 4 of piece 26. 2. 3. I mean, we're already on some pretty serious topics, so that's not out of place at all. Amalga. And if Twitch throws a fit, well, Twitch can suck a dick. And hopefully choke on it. But only with consent of the person with the dick. Because consent is important. Posture check. Yes, that's especially important when I'm doing wooden models because I tend to slouch a little. Alright. And 4 of 27. And make sure that I wax it. Alright. There's a lady who brought in 3 people from 3 different religions. I remember this video. The first was a Muslim lady. The second was Jewish and the third was Christian. They were all asked about abortions. The first lady said anyone is allowed to have an abortion, especially since there was nothing that said you couldn't have one performed. The second, the Jewish lady, said you are allowed abortions, especially if there's an issue that would put you at risk. Yes, in Judaism, the life and health of the mother comes first, and that includes mental health and financial well-being. If the life and health of the mother is at risk, abortion is not only permitted, it is required. And the third, the Christian, said abortion is frowned upon and not allowed. But when asked if there was anything in the Bible that talked about it, she said there wasn't anything in the Bible that said you couldn't have an abortion. One other thing that I did appreciate her honesty on was that she admitted that those rules were made by men who are ostensibly celibate, and therefore they do not have wives, they do not have daughters, they have no personal stake in the issue at all. That is very important to remember. These laws were written by supposedly celibate men. Supposedly being the operative word. I have known so many pervert priests in my life that it is not even funny. Not that it would be funny in the first place, but the sheer amount of them. It's sickening. All right, 28. I need 2 of them. When one of the Borgias held the papacy, that guy had a ton of mistresses before and after being made pope. Precisely. Do you know how many Catholic priests who are supposedly celibate come in to get treated for STDs every week? The fact that it's more than 1 a year is very telling. There we go. Wheel's turn. All right. 2 piece 30. Let's see, and another of 25. There was a Darwin Award that you remember seeing where they changed the rules on them about a priest who tried the balloon armchair thing that the guy in California did. He was killed because the wind blew him out to sea, but the side also said because of his religious oath of celibacy, he won a double Darwin Award. They later changed the rules to say that celibacy for religious reasons didn't win one a Darwin Award. Besides, you can't prove that they're actually maintaining their oath of celibacy. Too many don't. And then they try to cover it up. All right, and pop out the rest of these. If you're curious, by the way, I don't have a band-aid on because I injured myself. I have a band-aid on because I checked my blood sugar before stream, and it was bleeding more than usual, and I don't want to get blood spots all over the model. Just in case anybody had noticed that and was worried. I'm taking something that affects my platelets too. Yeah, they have me taking baby aspirin to prevent preeclampsia because I'm a bit heavier and diabetic already. So I'm at a little bit of a higher risk. So they don't want me to get blood clots or preeclampsia, and baby aspirin helps with that. So I'm bleeding a little bit more easily than normal too right now. Plus, I'm drinking like twice my weight in water these days, um, which makes me bleed a little bit more freely when I take my blood sugar. Baby needs to be watered sometimes. It does, it does. All right. Now this one. There we go. And there's all three wheel assemblies. As soon as I get this stopper on. And this goes in there. And then in there. Since we're on the topic of religion, you remember hearing that reports of demonic possession have been on the rise in the past few years, at least pre-COVID, and you've been curious as to where those reports are coming from, since we know a lot more about mental health these days. Uh, my suspicion is that just because the general public knows more about mental health and is more accepting these days, it doesn't necessarily mean that the families of the people with mental health issues or the churches that they are involved in are more understanding of mental health issues these days. Or, as Amalga said, Karen at her best. Okay. Now I need piece 31 and 32. Make sure to wax them so they don't snap. And 32 goes in the front. 31 goes in the back. And then the whole wheel assembly snaps down into the bottom of the Rover. Gently now. Ah, that's why I missed a piece. I accidentally skipped a step. See, that's why I'm not very good at math. I do that as well in math problems. I sometimes skip a step, and occasionally it turns out to be an important step. Your demons and you have a mutual understanding and get along fine. It's not possession. Same. I happen, these days, to have a very good relationship with my inner demons. Wasn't always that way, but getting the f*** out of the church helped. Okay, this is a bit hard to see. Let's just gently snap that down. And you can go. It has wheels. Let me catch up with chat. It's okay, Mallow. You're famous for flipping the sign at the wrong time. That's true. You're having vegan pizza and the replacement cheese is surprisingly good. Maybe there's better cheese. Maybe there's better vegan cheese available where you are. We only have Daya brand vegan cheese here, and it's very oily and not very good, at least in my opinion. Being Canadian makes hell sound better than heaven to you. Eternal fire is supposed to be scary, but given how cold Canadian winters get, it sounds like a toasty relief. You know, you've got a point. Pizzas from a vegan restaurant. Maybe they make their own vegan cheese. I've heard that cashew cheese is really good, but I can't get it here. Alright. Piece number 33. I've heard that nut cheese is really good, but we can only get the oil, the canola oil based Daya brand here. Occasionally you can get soy cheese, but most restaurants don't carry it. And I need piece 34. There's a vegan restaurant that you liked here in town, but you can't go to it because it's too close to where one of your former abusers live. Actually, I'm not sure that that restaurant is still around, Maggie. I know the one that you're talking about, and last time I was in that area, I think it was called something else. It's cashew cheese. Yeah, it makes sense. I really like cashews. You're gonna get a tofu press one day to make pumpkin seed tofu. That sounds good. Okay. This piece looks like this, I think. Yeah, that looks right to me. I think I'm going to wax that. You want to try both cashew cheese and pumpkin seed tofu now. Both sound delicious. They do both sound delicious. I really like cashews. They're my favorite type of nut. So I think I would like cashew cheese. I've got a bag of cashews in the cupboard. Maybe next break I'll go get myself some cashews. Maybe after I finish building the model, but before I do the dollar store baby unboxing. Alright, little ladder thingy. And this goes... That'll go here. You're not my favorite. You're dumb. I was about to say, man, this cashew cheese tastes nutty. Well, it's supposed to, I suppose. Maggie, you're not my favorite type of nut. Yes, you'll have to be a little more zany. Well, I said cashews were my favorite type of nut, but there's only one of you, so you're not exactly a type of nut. You're just my favorite nut. Only appropriate sort of joke to make if you already know that the other person is okay with it, by the way. But Maggie and I are literally married. We're used to each other's insanity. Yeah, I think you did show that one to me, Amalga. It was a while back. It's supposed to be able to turn. These middle pieces are not sliding as well as I would like them to. Maybe I'll spray a little cooking oil or something in those middle wheels to make them move a bit more freely. And apparently that's the build. Wait, what about this piece? I don't think I used this piece anywhere. Where is it supposed to go? Okay, I see. That's not a difficult fix, luckily. And I needed to fix those middle wheels anyway. So, just loosen that up. Yeah, I thought I missed a step. I had too many spare parts. Okay. It goes in here. You got delivered somebody else's package? Okay. Is it, can you send me a Skype message for who it belongs to? Is it somebody else in the building or? Send me a Skype message with a photo. Okay. Because it might be the lady that lives down the street again, too. Unfortunately, I no longer have her address. Alright. See you soon, Amaga. Just trying to fix this little oopsie that I made. And made a bigger oopsie in the process. That's alright. Pretty sure it's supposed to go. Yeah, it goes this way. All the way on Bridge Street? What the actual fuck? Clearly they cannot read. I see a phone number there. Would you like to text this person and or phone this person and let them know that Amazon delivered their package to the wrong house and we could meet them somewhere to drop it off if they'd like? That's like 12 blocks the other direction. Anyway, now the Rover is done. Cute little Rover. Oh wait, no, it's not quite done. That may be why I was having trouble. These go on the other side. I keep finding little steps that I missed. It's alright. Come on out. Not all the pieces, just the one that I need to fix. Okay. Now it should be sturdier and steer easier once I get these pieces on. New problem. Rebel is looking everywhere Tesla was. Yeah, he's not gonna understand for a long time. He's not gonna understand for a long time. He's used to her being there. Semi-urgent Skype. Alright. Yes, that's okay, Maggie. Go ahead. In this circumstance, it's okay to give somebody our address if they want to come pick up their parcel that was misdelivered. After all, we have their information, right? Come on, get back in the hole. There we go. Now the Rover's done. He hasn't eaten, is mostly laying down. He understands and is depressed. He understands that something happened, and he understands that Tesla isn't coming home. But he doesn't understand why, and he's going to keep looking for her for a while. I thought I heard a door slam. Is everything okay, Madge? Probably just grabbing some clothes that aren't pajama pants. So the Rover is completed. Cute little Rover. With working specimen hatch. I had to fix a couple of places where I skipped steps in there by accident. But that happens. It's hard not to miss steps when you're streaming the build process. They should make a mandatory reading comprehension test to become a delivery driver for Amazon. I know. It was one thing when it was somebody who lived down the street and they just misread the house number. But it's an entirely other thing when it's literally 12 blocks away and I'd have to drive to take it to the person. Like, I don't want to drive to a stranger's house. I'm freaking pregnant. I don't know what could happen. Not to mention that all the idiots are out on the road today. I was going to the mall today to go to the dollar store and pick up a couple of things. And this, like, 90-year-old guy is speeding. Like 70 kilometers an hour in a 40-kilometer-an-hour zone down the wrong side of the road and nearly caused a 5-car pileup. And then on the way home, somebody's speeding up the driveway from our condo building, also taking up the entire driveway instead of sticking to the right, and nearly causes an accident as I'm turning into the driveway towards our parking garage. Like, we all passed the same driving test, didn't we? We all have to pass the same eye exam every 10 years. We all have to retest if we get any violations. Apparently not. Apparently I'm the only one who took a damn driving test in the first damn place. This is why you don't drive with your anxiety there'd be an accident when people post stupid shit like it. I'm just glad I have an excellent reaction time on the road. But, like, I'm also glad that I had a nap in the morning and didn't go out driving tired. Because if I was tired and my reaction time was lower, I would have hit that old guy. This is why we should use bicycles. I would normally agree with you, but after seeing the absolute idiocy on the road, and those were only the worst two. Like, I don't even trust these people on bicycles. Anyway, now that the Rover is done, you learned the rules of the road for bicycles from the Learner's Permit book for cars. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I learned about bicycles and bicycle riders' rights in driver's education as well. My driver's education teacher, when I still lived in Ohio, one of the first things she said to me, to the class in fact, was, this course is not intended to make you a better driver. This course is intended to make you a more aware pedestrian, because now you know what other drivers have ignored. So even if you don't end up getting your license at the end of this course, at least now you know what the drivers are going to kill you with. It was shocking. It was not what we all wanted to hear at 15 to 17 years old. But you know what? It was an effective statement. Nobody could deny by the end of the course that she was exactly right. Anyway, this is a good place for me to take a 5-minute break. And when I get back, I'm going to do a dollar store baby gear haul and unboxing, because I spent a bit of money at the dollar store today. You may be wrong in wanting this, but you want to see one of the learner's questions being how much energy is... See, my only objection to that is that people who are bad at math are automatically going to get that question wrong and may not understand what those words and numbers mean. But what I would like to see is, how long will you be in the hospital from a car crash at different speeds? How long will the person that you hit in the crosswalk be in the ICU or confined to a wheelchair if you hit them at this speed? How dead will your grandmother be if you hit something with her in the passenger seat of your car at this speed? Correlate it to practical examples. People will understand that. How long will you be in jail if you hit somebody and injure or kill them? Make the info hurt. Make it relatable. You'll save lives. Might have saved me from 4 years in a wheelchair after I was in a hit and run. I still have problems walking. Anyway, I really do need a 5-minute break now. And when I get back, we'll do that baby haul. Sounds like that person is come to get their parcel. All right. I brought myself a snack, some cashews, and an apple cinnamon bar. I'm just gonna quickly write that down in the food log for the maternity nurse, and then I'll get back to the stream. Mhm. The first thing I want to show off. Welcome back. The first thing that I want to show off, once I've eaten my cereal bar, I actually bought yesterday at the hospital gift shop when I went to the gestational diabetes clinic. He told you there's a second parcel he's expecting, but you hope they don't deliver that one here too, as the guy's going to Mexico tomorrow. Hopefully that one goes to the right place. That would not be good if the guy was going to Mexico. Um, Let me get some Diet Pepsi. So, the antenatal clinic is in our local hospital. So I walked past the gift shop when I went to my gestational diabetes appointment, and I saw the most adorable hand crocheted baby sweater and hat sets in the window. And I had to go and buy one. And I was going to buy a white one. Because, well, obviously, we don't know what the sex of the child is going to be. And even if we did, I'm not really into gendered clothing for babies anyway. But when I actually got there and I was looking at the ones on the shelves, I found these sweet little green ones. And green is a beautiful color, no matter what the sex of the baby is. Little hat. Little sweater. It's going to be a September baby, so it's going to be cold. And I just think this would be such a darling little outfit for the ride home. And then I found, also hand crocheted, a matching baby blanket. So those ones I actually bought yesterday. And I'm just going to snip the tags off there right now. And all of this is going to be washed. Was the cake pink, blue, green, purple, orange, on fire, emitting a holy light that blinds people's retinas? Ate the neighbor. Maybe ate the neighbor. I wouldn't put it past me to have some sort of lizard monster. Besides, my neighbor is a Karen. And then at the dollar store today, I went to $2 stores today. I was trying to find as many, like, neutral, not overly gendered things as I could. But everything is blue or pink. But then I saw these bacon and egg socks. And I needed them. Baby gender reminds you of a Sailor Moon comic where they ask Sailor Uranus, "Are you a boy or a girl?" "Yes." "Well, what's in your pants?" "Michiru, mostly." I remember that one. The Sailor Moon fandom does not take kindly to people messing with our genderqueer characters. And Haruka is canonically genderqueer. Haruka is quoted as saying in the new series, the Sailor Moon Crystal reboot, which is closer to what they said. Congrats on the mimic if the cake ate the Navis then. Yeah, pretty much. But Haruka is quoted as saying in the new series, what does it matter if I'm a boy or a girl? What matters is that I am able to love other people and they love me back. And that is a valid statement. So I did pick some blue things just because I liked the prints. I really loved these little bears and lions. And I needed the shiny trains. Everybody likes shiny trains and fire trucks, right? They're really sparkly. I don't know if you can see that on camera. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. If you can crawl, you can brawl at the World Wrestling Federation premiering this Saturday. No, I have to do this in announcer voice. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. If you can crawl, you can brawl at the World Wrestling Federation premiering this Saturday at a fairgrounds near you. I got these ones too. The koala and elephant. Baby socks are so tiny. They're small. Why are they so small? You got a whisper about that, did you? I picked up a couple of towels, hooded bath towels in different colors too. How was it not on topic? I just respond back to the whisper. Well, honestly, if the developers of a game I was playing had been accused of transphobia, I'd want to know, because I don't want to stream things that want my kind of people to die. Or any member of my community to be in danger. I value a safe community above all. And at this point, I think I would notify the streamer. Because it was on topic, and I would be offended if somebody knew something like that about a game that I was playing and didn't tell me, so that I wouldn't embarrass myself like that. And if you want to clip this rant and send it to that streamer, feel fucking free. Because that is gross behavior on the part of that mod. There is nothing more on topic than discussing the fact that a game may have a problem like that. Okay, Amalga, take your time. I'm gonna go back into announcer voice and finish reading that. Babies get their admissions into the battlegrounds free. Watch little Tommy and Annie duke it out in the cradle of doom. Who's gonna win and earn the right to sip the milk from the golden bottle? Find out this Saturday at a fairgrounds near you. But yeah, Maggie, I would absolutely want to know if one of my mods was promoting that sort of shit and saying that it wasn't on topic. It was on topic. It was about the game the streamer was playing. I wouldn't want to make my audience feel unsafe or embarrass myself with that kind of behavior and not knowing that information. I'd be eternally grateful if somebody pointed something like that out to me. So a couple of these are blue, but it's because it's a teddy bear and a dinosaur. I tried to stick to like yellows and greens and oranges. I got a couple of little bibs. Orange one with stars. And a white one with ziggy-zags. And polka spots. I practically melted from cuteness right in the store. So that all came from the Dollar Tree. So all of that was $1.25 each. The next set of stuff came from Dollarama, which is a little bit more expensive, but still pretty reasonably priced. And there's socks and hats and so these are stacking cups, and they're very good for helping babies with developing their dexterity and fine motor skills. They'll keep a child that young entertained for hours. And since they have holes in the bottom, these ones can be used in the bath and they won't go moldy. I got some baby washcloths too, little yellow ones with teddy bears. open that up so that we can get a good look at it. If you're in the streamer's Discord still, Maggie, I'd recommend sending it to them over the Discord. Open one up here. Isn't that cute? You're not still in her Discord? Well, that's unfortunate. Because I think the streamer needs to know. I'd be embarrassed if one of my mods behaved that way. You were absolutely not the asshole here. You were absolutely not the asshole here. And you have been in the wrong before, and I've called you out on it. But here, you were not the asshole. Your boyfriend's watching you melt all the over all the baby stuff and chuckling. Aww. Got some more socks. Now these ones will be a little bit too big for the baby at first, but that's okay. These are sized for 6 to 12 months. But water and the ocean have been a big influence on myself and Maggie for a long time. So I needed little oceany socks when I saw them. And they're so tiny. Even at 6 to 12 months, they're so small. And they're not going to be that little forever, and that's exciting, but it also makes me sad. Aww. Oh, you had a link, Amalga? Did I miss a link? Let me... Oops. You sent me a link in Skype, I see. Oh my goodness. That's cute. That's cute. Let me grab that link for the chat. That's cute. I got these ones, even though they're purple. Because, I mean, purple's a fairly genderless color, too. And also, I like purple. There was not a lot of newborn and 0 to 3 month stuff at the Dollarama today. But there was a lot of 6 to 12 month and a lot of toddler stuff. So, you can't wait for the day you're able to have kids. You're going to be a great parent someday. I can tell just from talking to you the few times that we've spoken. You are going to make a great parent someday. When you're ready. Yeah, I needed these little paw print ones. So adorable. I didn't buy a lot of pink stuff. I did get a fair bit of blue just because the designs that I liked were pretty much only available in blue. But I did get one set of pink socks because I liked the little fox designs. I can handle pink socks for the foxes. And you know what? At 6 months, is baby really going to give a shit if the socks are pink? Probably not. They're just going to care that they have warm feet. Purple is a mixture of red and blue, and pink is a shade of red, so pretty gender neutral. There was a time when pink was considered a very masculine color. Not so long ago either. Heck, it's not so long ago that all babies wore dresses until about the age of 3. It was easier for changing diapers. This is actually a hair drying hat, so baby won't be able to use it till they're a little bit older. But you absolutely understand why I needed it. And then since they're going to be a fall baby, and it gets cold pretty quickly up here, I also picked up a little gray pom-pom hat. And a panda hat and mittens set. And the reason that I wanted the panda hat is because I have a winter hat that is a panda hat. And I thought it would be so cute if baby and I were wearing our panda hats at the same time. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm picking what's cute. I'm like, okay, if I would wear it, I am going to put it on my baby. Actually, I think these are booties, not mittens. Hang on. Where'd the tag go? Had it a second ago. Never mind, but I think these might be footies, not mittens. Either way. You found her Discord and dropped what happened. Now let the chips fall when they may. Good, good, good. But yeah. Thought it would be so cute for baby and me to have matching panda hats for winter. Yeah, it is a cap and booties. I thought it was mittens, but booties are just as good. And the very last thing that I picked. I was happy stimming the whole time I was in the store. Cute derpy little dino. He's got a bell in him. I picked the one with the squishiest face because I thought it was the cutest. Just for safety, I'm going to cut that tag off. Another blanket from Amalga. A Bible verse blanket? It's cute, but it's not my thing. You want to know where the Pokemon are at then? Ah, that's why you shared that one? Yeah, in that case, I want to know where the Pokemon are at too. Where's my Eevee? I want my damn Eevee. Where are the Digimon? Oh, they're still in the digital world. You wouldn't mind an Eevee yourself? Just one more thing before I go. I am going to try a stream plant again this year. And unicorns too. You're happy to hear when people are having kiddos, especially when they've had difficulties in the past. So I'm going to try doing a plant for a stream pet again this year. We had an incident with the strawberries that I tried last year where one of my cats ate them. But I have planted some daisy seeds. And when they start germinating, I can bring back the plant cam from last year. In the meantime, what are you going what for, Amalga? The fact that the cat ate the strawberry plants? She does not understand what obligate carnivore means. Anyway, who's online right now? You want me to raid Churro again? I can do that. I was thinking about raiding Shelvo today, because she's still online. I don't have to. Raid Shell instead? Okay. Well, I'll raid Princess Churro next time she's online. Remind me that I promised you. Oh, those are cute. I'll have to see if they're on the Canadian site next time. I have so much dinosaur and space stuff for this baby. Anyway, I think it's time to wrap up since the Rover is completed. I'm just gonna need to oil those wheels a bit better after stream. That's fine. And, alright. Here's the raid message. Maggie, remind me that I promised to raid Churro next time for you. Here's the raid message. And I'm going to set up a raid to Shell Smiley. And I'll see everybody next time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and most importantly of all, stay weird. Good night. Come on.